guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to take a look at this cell right here. So this cell, of course, is the other half of the JP vs. Global, sort of reward card right here, right? This is the one that JP is actually going to be getting right here, this cell. I think I probably will actually rainbow this guy now that I think about it. Maybe, we'll see, because I mean, I could rainbow this guy since he is kind of like an exclusive, but then again, at the same time, I mean, you're not really going to use this guy much. I guess you could maybe find a slot for him on Extreme AGL for Dokkan Battlefield if you're desperate, but for the most part, this cell and the Hercule, they are reward cards, right? I do think this cell is a little bit better than Hercule because of his links, but like in terms of usability, I don't know. I like the Hercule because that Android/Cell Saga team it's not as big as you'd like. So, I mean, Hercule being on there is a W, whereas, Cell's on way more category teams, right? Android, Transformation Boost, Time Traveler, Artificial Life Form, Android/Cell Saga. But most of those teams don't need this guy. Like, the Time Traveler team? No, they don't need this guy. The Time Traveler team is plenty good. So, like, that's the thing. Like, I think I find, until they release a better Hercule for the Android/Cell Saga team, I think the Hercule is, maybe a little bit more usable, right? So here's the cell. They just gave him this super attack. I mean, I guess he doesn't blow up at the end, do that little kind of like energy barrier that he does against Super Saiyan Goku, which is cool, but I don't know. They probably could have done a little bit better for a super attack. They could have given him the animation where he actually knocked, Hercule away, right? I think that would have worked out a little bit better, but, it is what it is. This cell, again, he's not the craziest, but, like, after he gets hit, he is going to be able to do a lot better in terms of damage. And then, of course, once we start getting some of these support-type units on rotation with him, things like Android 18, Android 21, he's going to be looking a lot better. Here's Cell Jr., too, by the way, who... Cell Jr. is actually the only unit from the banners that I actually did not get full copies of, but I'm not really too concerned about that, because I'll probably have Cell Jr.'s rainbowed, within the next couple of banners that come out. Cell Jr. definitely will not be on whatever upcoming LR banner is about to release. I would say that with certainty, right? But we could potentially see, Cell Jr. will probably be on whatever Dokkan Fest exclusive banner drops after the 300 million download celebration. Okay, so here we have Android 21. She's going to be a little bit better of a support type unit. These two cells, I think they link up fine. This LR cell, by the way, is really good. This first form Tech LR cell, they made him, like, really nice. Like, I actually like him a lot. So, Global, when you guys do get him, that is going to be really good. Okay, this is good, by the way. I think we should have taken enough damage to activate Big Bad Bosses. Now, 21 does heal, I believe, on super attack, but we probably will have Big Bad Bosses still active. Yep, we do. Yeah, I saw it 900k, too. So, here's where, again, Cell is going to look a little bit more impressive than Hercule, because, Hercule does not have, like, Big Bad Bosses, like Messenger from the Future, like Nightmare, these, like, other sort of, like, common links on some of these teams that Cell is going to be on. That's what will sort of push him up above Hercule, right? Because, like, again, I mean, honestly, Big Bad Bosses is probably the best link in Dokkan. I mean, 25% attack and defense, it's just like, even though there's an HP restriction on it, it doesn't really matter because of the fact that it can activate mid-turn, right? Like, again, Android 21 gets supered, bam, Big Bad Bosses is active, and, like, Cell's doing way more damage, he's tanking way better. It's just great. Like, that's why, like, Super 17, he'd be so much better with Big Bad Bosses, especially because, like, defense could be a little bit of an issue for a unit like Super 17, right? A unit who has damage reduction, but he does not actually have a defensive buff. He would be helped out dramatically, I would think, actually, by the presence of a defensive buff. That's why I like Super 17 after his EZA, I think is going to be very interesting. Super 17, by the way, I actually do think is another good candidate for, like, a potential, honestly, like, a transformation card. The two, like I don't know, maybe the Dokkan Fest exclusive could be Android 17 and then Hellfighter 17, or maybe it could just be Hellfighter 17 or something like that, right? Because right now there's only 2 Hellfighter 17 cards in the game, and they're not that crazy. The other thing they could do, too, and they really should do this, right now there is a Trenchcoat GT Android 17, but for whatever reason, I believe he does not have the GT in his name, right? It's like, think about a lot of the other characters, right? That like are from GT, like, you know, Goku GT, like Gohan GT. They all have GT in their name, except for Android 17, which is very bizarre to me. So if they do release like another Android 17 from that Super 17 saga, maybe we get a Super 17 saga category. Honestly, I think it supports it. Even though that saga is only like 7 episodes or something like that, it's really short. There's like so many characters in that arc. It's insane because like so many of the old villains come back. Like, again, we already have some of them, like the GT Frieza and Cell. Like, they're already in there. You know, they could give us a new Rildo from that arc. You know, we could get like a new Majub from the arc. You know, Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Well, I mean, I guess technically he's not really. Does he fight? Yeah, does he fight in the Super 17 saga? I'd actually have to double check that. I can't remember if they do that little ritual for Goku in the Super 17 saga. I don't think they do. They do that in the Baby Saga to power Goku back up to full when he's out of energy, and then they do it in the Shadow Dragon Saga as well. So we would really need another Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I guess you know what they could do. So we have the SCR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Who is from the Baby Saga. We have LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who is from the Shadow Dragon Saga. What they could also do is give us a, like, maybe like a base form Goku or a Super Saiyan 3 Goku or a Super Saiyan Goku, something like that, that would then transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the Super 17 saga. I think that would work. The Super 17 saga definitely could support a category team, no doubt about that. Honestly, the Baby Saga could as well. You just make it Black Star Dragon Ball / Baby Saga, like what they did with the Android / Cell Saga, and then bam, that's a competent team. Because, you know, you got like LR Super Baby 2, you've got SCR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you know, you're gonna have a lot of other solid options. You know, LR Goku, Trunks, and Pan are gonna be a part of that. You know, that team could be good, and especially, like, you know, we still could get a Baby definitely is gonna get a Dokkan Fest exclusive eventually. There's no doubt about that. And like right now we have Grade 8 Super Baby 2, right? That is the LR. Well, we could just get Super Baby 2, just regular Super Baby 2 as the Dokkan Fest exclusive. Would work very well because currently he's only represented by that one int SSR. Like when he transforms, like when you Dokkan Awaken him, he goes into Super Baby 2 Grade 8, but there's already the LR for that, right? So we are kind of missing that one spot. So, like, you know, as Dokkan moves on through these sagas, like, you know, if they go straight from Dragon Ball Z into Dragon Ball GT, like, these are some of the things we could be seeing, right? Like a Dokkan Fest exclusive Super Baby 2, I think a Dokkan Fest exclusive, you know, like Goku that would transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you know, probably like a Sin Shenron that could transform into a Mega Shenron. Things like that are all holes that Dokkan does sort of need to fill, right? And I do want to see them do it. So there's still, like, you know, even though Dokkan is like 5 years in and, you know, we've gone through so much, there's still so much that they have to do, right? So many, because there's Dragon Ball, it's been around for, you know, going on 40 years, basically. Like, you know, so there's so many characters that, like, there's just, and then, like, Moro, think about the fact that, like, Moro is not in Dokkan yet. I mean, Moro's going to be in Dokkan eventually. You know, the Moro arc is probably going to be in, you know, Dragon Ball Super 2 or whatever they do. Dragon Ball is making so much money even now that it's impossible they won't make another Dragon Ball anime, like a continuation. It makes too much money. Like, Dragon Ball is, like, outpacing, like, Gundam in terms of sales. Like, that just doesn't happen. So, like, I do think we are going to see, you know, a continuation, and we'll get more and all that stuff. All right, so we've seen a lot for Cell. Let's go ahead and start looking at his details now. All right, so this is a scene before the game, Cell Perfect Form. His leader skill is the Android / Cell Saga category key 3 and HP attack and defense 33%. Again, pretty much everything with this Cell, he has very similar stats, like pretty much across the board, to the Hercule that Global got, right? That's the point, is they don't really make them too different besides just like their links and stuff. His super attack is the Psychokinesis Crash, which does supreme damage. His passive skill, Get Out of My Face, is attack and defense 33%. Then he gets 33% attack and defense when attacking, and then he gets 3 ki and 33% attack and defense for 3 turns after receiving an attack. So, with all that built up, he is able to get to some, okay numbers, especially if things like Big Bad Bosses and such are active, right? And then his links, he has Gentleman, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Attack of the Clones, Ultimate Life Form, and Nightmare. So, he does actually have pretty good links. Are his links better than LR Cell, actually? It's so shameful that I have to consider that, but, I mean, I guess if this AGL Cell had Shocking Speed, I would say yes. Like, get rid of, like, Messenger from the Future, Ultimate Life Form, or Attack of the Clones, any of these crappy links. Give him Shocking Speed, and yeah, he becomes, like, better links than that LR Cell. So dumb. Then his 12 ki multiplier is 130%, which is pretty bad. That's honestly quite bad. And then he's on a number of category teams, right? So he's on the Android team, he's on Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Artificial Life Form, and then the Android/Cell Saga team. So that is an advantage he has over Hercule being on all those teams. But like I explained earlier, those teams don't need this guy. Android, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers. Well, I mean, in particular, Transformation Boost, Time Traveler, and Artificial Life Form have robust rosters. Cell is not needed. Androids is a little bit smaller than the others. And then Android/Cell Saga, of course, is also small. So, like, I like the fact that Hercule, that's pretty much the only Hercule, is over in the Android/Cell Saga team. And this guy you can't really use on the Android/Cell Saga team because he has the same name as the actual official leader of the team, LR Perfect Cell. So, there is the JP exclusive reward. Neither of them, it's not like that big of a deal, I guess, that either version gets them, but whatever, no big deal. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.